Welcome, everybody, to episode 2 of Scaranoia. It is I, Hugs. I'm alongside Chris and Jared, and today we're coming at you with the hottest topic for this season, which is what are the best movies to watch for the Halloween season? I think there's a few things that go into it, but the first thing I want to tackle is something with you, Jared. Okay? And it has nothing to do with Halloween movies, it has nothing to do with horror, it absolutely has to do with conspiracy theories. Okay. And I think you've really uncovered something, or at least opened my eyes to this, because Big Bet, Big Gamble, if you guys watched the first episode, you saw they tried to silence him. Okay.
Well,
Jared trying to explain his
yeah,
conspiracy
100%
theory
did.
of big gambling, and they shut you down. So I want you to go ahead, tell the people what's on your mind. I need to hear more about this. We need to go down this rabbit hole.
Well, number one, also this past weekend, I had a six-leg parlay. Mike Evans got a touchdown. Devontae Adams got a touchdown. Um, all five of them got a touchdown. I needed one touchdown from Chris Carson. Not Chris Carson. Carson Steele, the Kansas City Chiefs running back, fucked me over. And it's dumb. It's insane. And they tried to silence me this past week here on the podcast, man.
I'm telling you, I believe in it now. Like at first, and honestly, I mean, you could have named any names. Those are all just names. I have no idea who those people are. So Carl Christen or whatever you said, he definitely is the best footballer. But that is something I want to look into because I've heard other people talking about those conspiracy theories as well. And let's not get crazy, but also let's not forget, right after they silenced Jared, who is one of the biggest sports and celebrities in sports that has to do with betting and conspiracy? Pete Rose. Rest in peace, Pete Rose. Okay, they silenced Jared. They took out Pete Rose. That's all I'm going to say
Damn,
for
bro.
now.
Rest in peace.
We're getting into Halloween. So for Halloween season, talking about the perfect movies to watch for Halloween. First, I want to get into traditional Halloween movies. And I think starting with mine, you can't get more traditional. I know Jared's going to disagree, but you can't get more traditional than the original OG Halloween movie. One of my favorites for the Halloween season. Jared, feel free to hate and be wrong.
It's trash. It's overrated. It's overhyped. Michael Myers ain't even cool, bro. The best Halloween is Season of the Witches. That everyone sits there and absolutely glazes that movie. Is it important to the horror genre? 100%. Is it important to me? No. Is it boring? 195% yes.
Okay, I do have a question. This is to both of you. Feel free. I think, in large part, okay, because you say Michael Myers is lame. Is Michael Myers anything without?
Dude, that's the best score of all time. I will say
You
that.
know what I'm saying?
I feel like that does kind of like that creates the aura for Michael Myers. Like without the score, I don't know if he would be as intimidating.
Well, because like even sight unseen, even like you're not watching a movie, you're just hanging out. If you're like, I'm thinking when I was a kid, like in high school band, if somebody just started doing that line, it's especially like the bassy where it's like,
Yeah.
and you're like, oh, Michael Myers. Um, Well, like to me, that's like a big part of it. So, but I will say, it sets the tone for the season because obviously it's around Halloween time. I think another reason that I resonate with it is based in Illinois. I'm out of Chicago, so that was like for me, it made it more realistic, and that's the biggest part, realism. I think for
Yes.
me, a traditional Halloween movie, what makes it really scary is like I felt like that could actually happen. That was just like a crazy dude in a mask just shanking people that were trying to get down on Halloween. Like that's basically what it was, which really is what made the movie for me. Was it super cheesy? Yeah, horror movies for the most part are super cheesy. Was it glazed, as Jared says, or like overhyped? Most likely, probably, but it's also like the OG. You just have to pay it its respect. And the one that Jared likes is absolutely horrible. It's trash. Crispy, how do you feel? And then we can go to Jared.
Um, how do I feel on the subject of the
Halloween.
the Halloween franchise?
Sure, whatever you want to talk about.
Are we talking? Because I mean, the Halloween franchise is a classic. I was not a fan of Season of the Witch. I have seen every single Halloween movie, And I feel like over time, it I feel like they started making movies just to make movies rather than continuing. Like it to me, it was like Scream 3, and I know Jared's favorite series of all time is Scream. Scream 3 created plot points that did not need to be there, that were not pertinent to the story, but they just started kind of like, and I mean, don't get me wrong, great movies, but I feel like it wasn't needed, and it was like it went on longer than it should have.
Okay, Jared, tell me your really bad takes about how great Halloween is.
It's not great at all. Jamie Lee Curtis, screw her. She sucks. She shits on the horror genre a lot, but as soon as she wants a paycheck, as soon as she's not wanted for all these shitty movies like Freaky Friday, she sure comes calling back to the horror genre. And
I will give
also,
you that. Jamie Lee Curtis's most, I feel like, claim to fame would have to be the horror genre, right?
Well, I think that is an episode in itself of like Scream Queens. Because there's
I
like,
Yes.
agree.
and I don't want to get too deep into it, but when I think horror, even if it's not movies or whatever, the immediate like person or character I think of is Elvira. But
You're
Jared,
all sold.
what would you pick for your traditional Halloween movie?
Trick or Treat from 2007. It is just got everything. It has everything you want in a Halloween movie. Sam, the little like killer in it, is absolutely fucking amazing. I love Sam so much. There's an amazing werewolf transformation scene in it. It's absolutely insane. It takes place on Halloween night. There's a fat kid kicking pumpkins. What's more Halloween than pumpkins, bro? And a fat little kid from Bad Santa kicks the pumpkin. I love it though. Like it's one of my favorite movies of not just like Halloween movies, but one of my top 10 favorite horror movies of all time. It's perfect from start to finish. I have no gripes about it. I love it. Have y'all
I
ever seen
feel
it yet?
I haven't seen it yet, but now I feel like an expectation of Halloween movies for me is going to be: is there a fat kid kicking a pumpkin? Because if there's not, then
So I'm gonna jump in with a different take on this. I was a fat kid, did not kick a pumpkin, had my pumpkin kicked. I was dressed up as Sting. If you're a wrestling fan, WCW Sting, not the Crow Sting, but NWO Wolfpack Sting. Red and black face paint, baby, forever. Okay, but somebody came. We ran out of candy, and they kicked in like my pumpkins in the front because we had run out of candy, and I was like a little kid. I wasn't like a grown up. I wasn't like 30 wearing NWO Wolfpack Sting, outfits, and kids broke my pumpkins. I
It
was like
happened
8
yesterday,
years
guys.
old. Yeah, I was like, that's what I'm going as this year.
they kicked
Actually,
his
in like a
pumpkin for
couple
putting it out
weeks.
too soon.
Yeah, in a couple weeks I'll be dressing up as NWO Black and Red Sting. But I just thought about that when we were talking about this stuff the other day. But it segues into something I want to talk about after Crispy tells us his traditional.
I was gonna
But
say, am I getting skipped over here?
you're fine, but just we're gonna come back to this. But no, I have not seen Trick or Treat. You did say I think previously we were talking about it. You said it was an anthology.
Yeah, I don't know how to explain it. It's an anthology, but it all takes place within the same universe. Like it's all like connected. It's really like if you hate on Halloween, you're gonna get chopped up, pretty much. You know,
Oh, cool.
it's all about
Well, because I'm big into anthologies, so I'm down to watch it just for that. Like I think we've talked off podcast about this, and I'm a big fan of VHS. So like in that like anthology series. So Crispy, what is your traditional Halloween pick?
See, now I've got two. I've got two. And now there's the one, if like my go-to that I have to watch is always going to be Nightmare on Elm Street. It's my favorite series.
Okay.
Freddy Krueger is like the goat of goats for me. That was the first one that really scared me as a child. So as I got older and I'm like getting into it and I'm watching it all up until that really horrible remake they did with Jackie Earl Haley, but we don't need to talk about that. Um
I haven't
that
seen it. I've barely seen any of them, let alone
Oh,
the
they're
remakes. Yeah.
so good, so good. But yeah, so
the
Nightmare
remake
on Elm
is
Street.
good.
I question your taste in a lot of things, Jared, but that's another time. But anyways, so there's Nightmare on Elm Street, but then again, also the Disney kid in me loves Halloween Town. I'm talking the first one.
Hocus
I have to
Pocus.
Hocus Hocus Pocus too. Yes, like that. phenomenal movie. Hocus Pocus, Halloween Town, Under Wraps. Like, there's so many Disney like Halloween movies I watched as a child that like I still during the spooky season have to go back and rewatch. So
Is and this is getting into Die Hard territory. Is Nightmare Before Christmas a Christmas movie or a Halloween movie?
best of both worlds, I'd say, because
I feel like you can watch it either time.
exactly
Personally.
like I start watching it like heavily once October hits, and I'll watch it through December because it deals with both. You've got Jack, the Pumpkin King, the King of Halloween, who wants to go on and take over Christmas because he needs something new. So, but he's still the King of Halloween. You know what I mean? Like,
Jared.
King Pittman.
oh
Tim
boy,
Burton movies are ass.
oh my God,
Okay, hold
what
on.
do you
Hold on.
like? What do you
wrote-
like? Because
He likes remakes. But so low key, hold on, Tim Burton remake, Willy Wonka, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, was that a good one? It was a
Never
remake.
watched it.
yes and no. Like that one,
Johnny Depp was creepy, and he's no
He
Gene
was.
Wilder. He's no Gene Wilder. I'll just say.
definitely not. But there were some elements to it that I enjoyed.
But I low key kind of agree with Jared on this one. I like the aesthetic of Tim Burton movies, but I've never like been a huge fan of Tim Burton movies. I didn't see Nightmare Before Christmas until last year. Like I guess it was some big anniversary I went and saw in the theater. My
That
sister
was your
dragged
first
me
time
to it.
seeing it.
My sister
Oh,
took
you're
me
like
to see it in the
50 years
theater.
old. That's your first time seeing it.
I'm like 74 years old. But yeah. No, it was my first time seeing it.
That's what. Have you seen Sweeney Todd?
Oh yeah, Demon Barber of
Tim
Fleet
Burton
Street.
movie.
I have a
Jared, you're
movie
watching that.
prop. I have official movie prop of the straight razor. I'll have to find it somewhere. but
I've never been more jealous because that
See-
is like my all-time, one of my top 5 favorite movies.
here's something though, and definitely not horror podcast related, but fan of musicals. Come on now. But we can spin it to horror. Little Shop of Horrors. Shout out KG. So we're gonna bring it back out of all this. Jared took his hot take. Me, Nightmare on Elm Street, the scariest thing. I've watched some here and there. Like I saw the original, the OG, but
Yeah.
like a lot of my thing is I watched the OG of many things. I don't watch all of it.
Yeah.
But Ragged Ballsack Man was always just weird in general. Okay, because he looked like a ragged ballsack. But we're gonna bring it back. Okay, back to that Halloween. NWO Wolfpack. Sting getting kicked. Left a red print on my door because I kicked the door too, and it like hit me in the head.
Also, they
whole
punted
thing.
it at your door.
Yeah. So it was the whole thing. Because we ran out of candy. Okay. Wrapping it all around to bring it back to the candy because something about Halloween, we'd be remiss without talking about candy. Because the most of the nostalgia, at least for us as kids, is it comes back to the candy. So first off, what was the go-to? Okay. And we all know Rich Neighborhood Big Bar, okay, is the go-to. I'm talking what is like S tier, A tier for the candies you're looking for. Jared, hit me first.
So, obviously, Reese Pieces.
Okay.
Not Reese
Not the
Pieces.
cup.
Reese. I meant the cup.
Oh,
I meant the
was
cup.
I was like, weird choice,
I'm-
sticking on
I love
brand.
both. I love
Yeah.
both. But Reese Peanut Butter Cup, obviously. Love Reese Peanut Butter Cups. And Hershey's. I love Hershey bars so much. And honestly, nowadays, I don't know if you've tried them, but the Mr. Beast bars, I would be like ecstatic
Feastables?
to get the
Or
Feastables
yeah,
milk
yeah.
chocolate, bro. I like it better than Hershey's. Low key. And another one, like some fruity Skittles. I love Skittles, man. Love Skittles so much. They're like they're my favorite candy, like of all time. Love Skittles so much since I've been a kid. I still eat them to this day. I have a bag right over there. Y'all can't see it, but it's right over there. It's one of them big bags I get
I
from
was-
Walmart.
I was waiting on it because I was like, Reese's Pieces may not have been the correct answer, but I know something similar that you like. Crispy, what are you going with? Also, just real quick, because I have candy here too, but this was a big thing. I like it now. I don't want to show this one. What is it? Because it's like a bag thing. Crispy,
Okay.
go ahead.
I would have to say I would agree with Jared on the peanut butter cups. Those are my go-to. I'm not a fan of Reese's Pieces like at all. But Reese's peanut butter cups, Skittles, Starburst. I love Starburst because you always went on the hunt for like the red and the pink, Like those were always your go-tos. And then sour gummy worms, like those little pack of the trolleys, bro. Like you never got enough, so you hope to God that you got a lot of people to hand them out, so you can make like a good size of them.
Just the sour though,
Yeah,
or
just the
like
sour. Like the gummy bears were cool, but like I just sour gummy worms were like one of my favorite candies of all time. And then I think the not so popular one that I always enjoyed was the Twizzlers, like whether it be the little peel away ones, those were great, or even the I don't know, the ones that are you get the most are the little two pieces that together. They don't taste the best, but I don't know, I love licorice.
I was trying to find.
What is that face?
I feel like
There's
he
something wrong
felt
with
it.
you.
Yeah, I felt
Shut
like
the
he
fuck
felt it.
up. There's nothing
I
wrong.
You
can't
should be
find it.
arrested for that.
You know what? You should be arrested for your take on the Nightmare on Elm Street remake, okay?
Oh, here we go.
Beautiful.
I found it. I was like, I know I have one of these somewhere. So this is huge now, not a sponsor. Okay, the Nerds Gummy Clusters. If they would have had these when
Nerds
we were
clusters
kids,
are
bro.
S tier for sure.
If they would like the kids nowadays are spoiled because they're out there getting these. Okay, when we were getting like those little stupid circus peanuts and stuff. Okay, my S tier. I was a Snickers kid. I love Snickers. Okay, I was all about it. That and then my like weird trad one is gonna be like mint stuff, like Junior Mints, peppermint patty, York peppermint patties. Like I
Jared's
know
face.
I'm weird,
Jared's
but
face about everything we're saying, bro. He just
so also just to say I'm a huge gummy candy person. As I got older, I like gummy candy more and more, but I can't do the sour. I can't. I don't know. I'm not a sour, probably because I did like too many Warhead things as a kid, and now I just
that'll
don't
fuck
like
your
sour
taste.
stuff.
That'll fuck your taste buds up for sour
Yeah,
for sure.
just
Dude, I
because.
forgot about Warheads. I loved those as a kid, bro.
But much like Crispy, I do understand chasing the pink. Okay, Jared, what was your least favorite Halloween candy?
Anything
Like
that's
the
not
one where you're like, the house is getting egged.
house is getting egged. Dude, you hand me some fucking candy corn. I'm going to. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna commit war crimes. You hand me candy corn, bro? It's on sight, bro.
Okay. I just
The
see
worst candy
Jared.
of all time.
I just see Jared like leg sweeping a 73-year-old like veteran because he gave him candy corn. Crispy, you're muted. But what is your house getting egged version? I don't know a better way to say that.
Almond Joys, hands down, worst candy of all time. Like Almond Joys, candy corn for sure. The little boxes of raisins or anything that is not candy, like pencils.
I
Who the fuck does that?
I did like Raisinets though. If you gave me raisins, not a fan, but I did like Raisinets. You muted again.
I have to
There you
mute.
go.
There's
Oh,
all
you're
this
good. You're
around me.
good. Yeah, you're fine. You're fine. Okay. So I'm trying to think of what I used to get. Like, I don't know if you guys all know what I'm talking about, but they're like these little pucks. They were like these little circles and they're like chalk. But like they like literally it was like Smarties, but like they were bigger and had no flavor. And I have no idea what they're called. You rarely got them. It was normally like just one family out there who gave these out. I don't even know where you buy them. Like it's not like Great Value brand. It's like if Dollar General had a budget brand that was always on clearance, that's where they got those. There was no flavor. It was basically like you're eating colored chalk. There was not even sugar in it. Don't think it could be classified as candy.
I know exactly what you're talking about. I just cannot put my finger on the
Yeah.
name.
Yep.
Talking about. I do love
No.
Smarties though. Like you ever eat the Smarties?
Smarties are
crackers?
sweet. though.
Smarties, I used to love. I would sit there and just like play with them. I would take a few of them and crush them up.
Yeah, you would play with someone, yeah.
Not a sponsor. Not a sponsor. But we're open. We're open to opportunity.
Dude, I used to love when my mom go to the bank. They'd hand out the Smarties, bro. Oh, I was rocking.
I would go to
Cream-
the bank and get little lollipops.
Cream
The dollar
soda
sign?
popsicle. Or not popsicle. They
Oh,
didn't
the
have
dum-dums.
popsicles.
The dum-dums.
little dum dums. Cream
Yeah.
soda
Oh, I
dum
love
dums.
Dum Dums, bro.
No, no, no. Okay, so let's get off the topic of candy. It is important to Halloween. But we're going to get back to the movies to watch for Halloween. So we went over kind of traditional movies to watch. Now, the next category I want to get into is movies that maybe we consider Halloween movies, but aren't necessarily Halloween movies. And I'll kick it off just so you can get kind of a feel for what I'm going for. And for some reason, I think aesthetic has a lot to do with what these will be. because mine, I'm pretty sure, is based in the summer, has zero to do with Halloween. But it's Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the original, like the OG, like 1970 something Texas Chainsaw Massacre. It just feels like Halloween to me. I don't know. So if I don't know if it's like the movie just feels like
it's
a
the
haunted
ambiance,
house.
you know, like yeah, the old house, the
Yeah.
scenery has a lot to do with what gives you that vibe and that feel.
Jared, how do you feel about that?
I've never seen OG Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Not gonna lie. I love the
Um,
2005 remake. Wouldn't really consider it Halloweeny to me,
that one
but
is a different vibe completely. I will say that because that's the one with the bus, right?
I can't remember. Man. It's been so long since I watched
Well,
any
because
Texas Chainsaw.
if you've seen the movie, there's a bus scene, and I will say that a lot of stuff happens on this
Oh,
bus.
that's the 2022 remake. I'm
Yeah,
talking about the
that's
05
2022.
remake.
Okay.
Oh
I was
five, you're
like,
talking about the only person I remember from that movie is Trey Songz. He had like,
Jessica Biel's in it too.
oh yeah,
but yeah. So Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the OG, haunted house vibes, feels like Halloween time, even though it's summery. Jared, what would yours be?
So it's actually a movie that I kind of just feel like festivals, like kind of just that fall feel. A movie that I watched last night actually, and it's now. If
They're
I don't
trying to
knock.
silence him. Big gamble.
Big Game was trying to silence me again.
the bookie's coming after you.
A movie that I watched last night because I consider like festivals or like big concert thingies more fall, you know. And it's my new favorite movie of the year. All My Friends Are Dead on Screenbox. It just, I don't know, somebody masked killer running around chopping people up. Just, it's a Halloween type vibe, you know. It's spooky, it's scary, and it's my favorite movie of the year. It's absolutely insane. Had such low expectations about it. And I know much people
Yeah.
like, oh, it's not Halloweeny, but you know, killer in a mask chasing you, that's
Well, yeah.
Halloween season, bro.
That's what I was gonna say. Like slasher flicks to me always say Halloween.
And Mass.
Yes.
I think that inherently gives the Halloween
Like
vibe.
Friday the
Also,
13th.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Halloween. But on that subject though, would you consider something like The Purge to be Halloween because they all wear masks?
So this is something I wanted to touch on next. Because you didn't do your non-traditional one yet, did you? Yeah. So give yours first, then we'll touch on that in a second.
My non-traditional one, and this is kind of an odd pick, would be Late Night with the Devil. That was one that Jared introduced me to. Talk show host doing a Halloween like midnight episode, and it's like kind of found footage mixed in. You know, they changed the scenery from black and white when it's like cameras are off and it's behind the scenes, and then color when everything's going on. It's like supernatural, and I'm normally not into those, but that movie to me just gave me that very spooky vibe.
I feel that. Okay, so I did just recently watch this not that long ago as well. So Jared's the one that got me to watch Longlegs, and Jared did mention Late Night with the Devil or whatever. Is that what it's called? Late Night with the Devil? Yeah.
Wait, not the devil, yeah.
Late Night with the
But
Devil.
it was our very close friend of the podcast, Alex, talking about it because rarely do I get recommendations from Alex and rarely do I get things that he's like super into that I haven't seen or haven't done. So I was like, I gotta see this because he spoke so highly of it. And so I wanted to check that out. And I really enjoyed it. Now, like, I don't think of it as a Halloween vibe movie. Like,
Well, it's
I
why
don't
it's not
remember it
traditional,
being.
man.
Well, as I said, because I don't remember it being on Halloween. If you're saying it was shot on Halloween,
Yeah,
I don't remember
that
from
was
the
the whole
movie.
concept of it was that he was
Yeah,
trying to
shot
boost
on Halloween
ratings,
night.
so it was shot like late night on Halloween. So that was like the whole. That's why the audience they're all wearing costumes and stuff.
I knew there was like a thematic thing to it, but also like in the beginning, I was kind of lost. Like I'm not gonna lie, a lot of times like I will definitely get lost watching movies that aren't very direct, or if they start slow, then I get a little bored.
Yeah.
And I'm like I'm not fully engaged in it. But I did end up really enjoying the movie by the end of it. So, and I would trash it if I didn't. I actually did enjoy it then. But yeah, I just didn't get that vibe. I'm
I
just
feel like
trying to think of,
another
like,
one I would say that maybe matches more of the vibe would be what is it, The Craft? From
Yes.
That one,
100%.
100%. Like, it's not based on Halloween, but like the whole, the scenery, the setting, the
Outside. They have
yes,
outside scenes. I was like,
yes, yeah.
as
So
soon as I
that
think of
one,
outside,
100% is like I would say is like non-traditional Halloween watch.
I get that. I'm on board with that 100% though.
Yeah, dude, it's witches, bro. Witches,
Yeah.
Halloween feel.
Yeah, yeah.
We're back
Like
to Hocus Pocus.
it all comes back around.
That's right. Jared, did you give yours? Your non-traditionals?
Oh, yeah.
I don't remember if I did it. What did you say? I'm trying to remember what you said.
Oh,
for
he said all
non-traditional.
my friends are dead.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It was because I didn't
I
know
just
the
recently
movie.
watched it.
Well, so okay,
Big Gamble is
ADHD.
silencing
Everybody,
his headphones.
yeah, no. So what I was thinking of, I was like, isn't that the name of a song or like?
It is.
Lil
Yeah.
Uzi Vert, EXO Tour Live.
Okay, that's what it is.
Push me to the edge.
Because that's all I
my
could
friends
think
are
about.
dead.
That's all I could think about when you said it. At that point, it was this is a song. Why is this familiar? Okay, so I want to jump back to something Crispy said because this is another part of what I want to get into, and a lot of what we've been touching on for much of this, which is aesthetic. Because I feel like there's a lot of things we could say are Halloween movies because it makes us feel a certain way or has a certain aesthetic, but I also think there's some horror movies or just thrillers, whatever, that are not Halloween themed, like are not Halloween coded. So you say like The Purge, I don't know.
I
Like,
would agree. That's not like Halloween at all.
So it's
Yeah.
like I'm trying to think of some other movies that might
Friday the
necessarily
13th. Easy. Friday the 13th.
see, but I
take
feel
place on-
Halloween on that though.
Ant Man?
Hey, I told you. I think Texas Chainsaw Massacre also happened in the summer. I'm
It's
pretty
the
sure.
aesthetic, bro. Like I said, like slasher flicks like
Mask, outside.
Saw.
Saw
Definitely.
would, yes,
Saw-
100%. Saw is not a
Perfect.
Halloween vibe movie. I feel like any kind of like not like
Gore porn. Well, not gore porn. It would be
like
trying
I
to
love
think-
gore porn, by the way.
no, but I'm thinking
Not
like
surprised.
Saw's like more than just
Paranormal
gore. Though
Activity.
it's like,
I wouldn't say that would be a Halloween. Like-
I kind of feel it.
but it's got like a Ouija board, especially in the first one.
Yeah, that's true.
And later on, when you watch, what is the one? There's like a version with a Hispanic family, and it's like the marked ones or something. Super good, super good in that. Like, because again, witches has like a witch vibe, throughout all of it. Also makes me think Halloween. So this will be a running theme: Paranormal Activity superior to most things. But
Running. Yeah, definitely.
so I still wouldn't put it in like my top 10 of like, oh, I gotta watch this during Halloween season, other than if I'm just like, oh, I want to watch a scary movie because it's Halloween season. But I wouldn't be like I'm watching it because of Halloween. But I'll go with that being one of like my favorite movies. I also think that our personal experiences kind of shape that as well.
I agree.
So like, what are some of your, Jared, first memories of like Halloween and horror like that would make you think of the Halloween season?
So, I'm gonna break this apart and do first like Halloween memories and first horror memories because they kind of are two like separate entities.
Okay.
I remember dressing up. This is kind of weird that I'm saying this right now because I've never told anyone this. But I once dressed up as Barney the dinosaur whenever I was 3 years old. That's like some of my earliest memories. Like I fucked hard with Barney the dinosaur back in the day, man. Like
Yo,
really
same,
hard.
bro. Same. I used to buy the VHSs off TV and shit.
And honestly,
This is the greatest moment of my
They
entire
both-
life.
but they both kind of intersect because I remember the Barney Halloween special whenever I was like 4 years old, and I was memorized. However you say that word.
Yeah.
Mesmerized.
Mesmerized.
Mesmerized. There we go.
So I have a question. Have you ever seen that? What is it? Death to something. It's an Ed Norton movie, but he plays like a similar character, and like it's very messed up. We'll have to watch it. I don't think it's a horror, but it's like dark. I'll have to look at. It's Death to something. I forget what it's called. If you know, comment. I will have looked it up by then, but still, just do it.
The
I
Death
feel
to
that though. I get
Smoochie.
it. Yeah.
I
That's
was
what it
like,
was.
that's the only Death Tune movie I know, and I have
Yeah,
no fucking clue.
yeah. Um, definitely would not think, Jared Joseph is Barney, but now I will only ever think of that for all of my
I'm
days.
a,
Hey, man.
I should have the costume somewhere. I'll
I,
put it on.
okay, so we have NWO Black and Red Sting. We have Barney. What do we got, Crispy?
Oh, I was my number one costume like almost every year as a child was I was like a ninja.
Bro,
Like
were you ever a Ninja Turtle?
no,
It
I
seemed like a missed opportunity. I'm just saying. It
I was
feels
once I was Obi-Wan Kenobi and I had the big
okay.
plastic face mask and the Jedi and it was so cheesy because it's like
Funky.
it didn't look anything and the little fucking Jedi tail was just off the side of the mask like it looks
What's
so bad.
Obi-Wan Kenobi?
Star Wars.
Oh, yeah, I don't know about that.
But I think
Okay.
my most out there costume that I ever was, and I don't remember if this was me or my brother. I'm pretty sure it was me. Was we were like really poor growing up, so we had to get very creative one year, and one of those costumes was a bag of jelly beans. So we just put arms. It was a clear trash bag, and you would just put it over you, right? Like head hole, armholes tied at the bottom, and it's stuffed with different colored little blown up balloons.
I was gonna say it had to be balloons. Like it
Yeah,
had it
yeah,
had to be balloons.
yeah. So bag of jelly
Okay.
beans. Yep.
So that's what we're sticking with. So we're going Jelly Bean Crispy. We're going Barney Jared, and I'll even go Crow Sting, but with the red paint and do drop from the rafters. You know.
I did that one year as a child, and the wig got fucked up. Like I did the red with the black, and the wig got fucked up. So I put on a bucket hat, and somebody said I looked like a member of ICP.
Bro, the Ginger Juggalo. There you go. There's a YouTube channel for you right there.
I did go as a juggalo one year too,
There you
like
go.
ABK. If for those, if you know, you know.
Also, Slasher, the Hatchet Man. Okay,
Yep.
I know nothing about ICP other than they're apparently violent and shaggy. That is all I know. But I feel like we've covered a lot of great stuff as far as traditional movies, movies that maybe aren't so traditional. I want to know your thoughts in the comments as well. What is your go-to traditional movie? What is the Halloween season to you? What aesthetic is it? And if there are any non-traditional Halloween movies or rituals that you have, let us know. And then we gotta get the tier list of the candies in the comments as well, because I know there'll be haters out there. Why are you guys spending this time? It's Halloween, okay?
Exactly.
Halloween means candy. So I want to know all of your stuff. And if people are putting like apples in there, unless it's caramel apple, leave it
I'm gonna
out.
throw those apples at you. That's what.
Yeah,
Like somebody kicked a pumpkin at Hugs' door. I'm gonna kick an apple at you.
true. More impressive to kick an apple. It is smaller. Is there anything that anybody else wants to touch on before we finish off this episode? I feel like I've hit everything, so.
Terrifier 3 this weekend. Super excited. It actually drops today, October 11th.
Nice.
Definitely check it out, guys.
That's
Very cool.
right. That's right. I'm excited. I'm hopefully by the time the next episode comes out, we've already been seeing it, talked about it. It'll be on our TikToks probably, so stay tuned.
Make sure to go check out everybody's social medias as well. We will have it. It'll be linked at some point in here. So you already watched it. If you're listening, then just, come find us on YouTube. Come find us everywhere else. All our socials. Scaranoia Pod, you can find everything. And then we'll make sure that you'll be able to find every member of Scaranoia Podcast through those. If you're not following, make sure you're following us on Spotify, YouTube, Instagram, X, TikTok, all those things. Make sure that you
We're
are
all over.
sticking with us, and let us know what else you guys want to see. Let us know what topics you guys want us to cover in the future. We got a lot of fun stuff coming up, and we know that you'll have a ton to add. But thank you guys for watching tonight. We appreciate you. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the Halloween season. Watch some of these movies, and we will see you next week.